speaking of Chicago high school basketball, the reason why I want to kind of transition it to Derrick Rose.
For sure.
Been in the city a lot, bro.
For sure.
Derrick Rose been like I haven't seen Derrick Rose being promoted this much in the city since probably his MVP season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's been pretty much, doing he had his flower shop, one day flower pop up just a couple days ago. He just got announced yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, that his jersey number is going to get retired by the Bulls next season. Saw that coming. It's only him and Jordan that's the MVP for the Bulls. So anybody that's thinking that his jersey should not be retired, you're crazy. Like like just go somewhere else. But what do you think about that, bro? Like, man, Derrick Rose
it started with Simeon, because he came back and they announced that he was their jerseys. He's sponsoring their jerseys, so they had the Derrick Rose jerseys, and that's kind of like when it all started. And then we just started seeing different things happening.
He was at the Chicago Classic this year.
Yep. And then like you said, the flower pop up, the jersey retirement. He actually had a I don't even know what type of game it was. I don't know if it was an alumni game or something, but he played at Simeon.
Pop-up game, it was like a couple days ago as well.
So and it was like nobody. I didn't see it being promoted or nothing. I just saw videos from people that was there, and I'm like, damn, man, I wish we would have known about that. We would have pulled up. But that was dope to see. He got to play with his son PJ. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a dope moment for him. This past couple of months for real. So it's well deserved. And this is why when we had that earlier episode, I was talking shit about the Hard Knocks episode where they said Caleb Williams could be the next best player in Chicago since Michael Jordan. Like, how you skipping over D Rose? Like what are you talking about? And we talking about Derrick Rose. He from the city. You know what I mean? Mike ain't from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's hard for
And Derrick Rose was a legend in the city before he even went to college.
Exactly.
He was a legend at Simeon. Derrick Rose was a part of it. Bro, Derrick Rose became my favorite basketball player of all time while he was in high school.
Man,
bro.
Derrick Rose had us wearing Adidas again. Derrick Rose had us wearing Adidas again. Hooping. Yes, in middle school. Yes, bro. So, yeah, man, yeah.
But Derrick Rose was a part of an era at Simeon of high school basketball, I'm saying, like in Chicago, that was different, bro. Like, because in that time, I think what was it, like 07, 08, or it may have been 06, 07, 08, whatever those years. It was like early 2000s, but like late of that 2010s decade. And when he was at Simeon winning state championships, it wasn't just him doing it in the city at the time. I think at that time it was like Evan Turner and a bunch of other people as well. I think Jeff Teague played in Indiana.
Wasn't Eric Gordon playing?
I think Eric Gordon was there. Playing. Like, bro, that was an era of and this is before like Jabari Parker, like Simeon,
before the Kendrick Nuns,
before all of that, bro. This is when we were kids, bro, and we were watching them ball, winning state championships, bro, and that's when we fell in love with them. And then when we saw him at Memphis and transitioning to Memphis and watching him playing in the state championship, that he fell short and lost. But they fell short and lost. But watching him getting drafted by the Chicago Bulls, bro, that era of basketball was different, bro. And I'm talking about it, like thinking in my mind as a kid. That was before I was even in high school. When he got drafted by the Bulls, I wasn't even in high school yet, bro. And to see that, like, all of that transpire from when he was at Simeon to Memphis to the Bulls, and then winning the MVP. I don't think people understand how much our hearts was in it, bro. And I didn't even play basketball, bro. Right. That was the crazy thing about it. My bad, I know I'm going on a rant, but I didn't even play basketball, bro. Like, I've only played organized basketball one time in my life, but I've always loved the game. And the biggest reason why my love for the game exponentially grew, it was not because of LeBron James. It was because of Derrick Rose, bro. Like, watching him go from Simeon to Memphis to the Bulls and that Bulls team that we had, I really, really think if he did not get hurt, bro, he would have probably had a longer career for one, even though 15 years is a long career. But I think he would have, I'm trying to say specifically, he would have had a long career with the Bulls. You know what I mean? Like, that team that we created, the MVP season, the following year we were even better, and he just got hurt. I think I credit the lockout season really to the reason why he got hurt so much that year, and eventually leading to him tearing his ACL. But bro, that era of Chicago basketball pioneered by one man, Derrick Rose, was crazy and unmatched. And I kind of somewhat feel sorry for the kids that came after us because they didn't get to experience that, bro.
Right.
I'm talking about that was a different era, bro.
Yeah,
What do you think?
Yeah,
I one of my Derrick Rose. That's my favorite player of all time,
Yeah,
bro.
I think he is like, yeah, bro. Like when you think about great Chicago athletes, great Chicago people, like you got like Derrick Rose, man. People gonna love Derrick Rose, bro. That ain't gonna never change no matter what. But yeah, I'm excited to see what his second career looks like. You know what I mean? Because I think he talked a lot about that in his interviews, how like, yeah, like the NBA was cool, but he got a bigger purpose. Mm-hmm. And I kind of see him fulfilling that purpose in the things that he's doing now in the city
a lot.
Yeah, you know, so I'm interested to see like what's next, because obviously there's more. Like this ain't the end. And then his son, I wonder if his son is going to play, you know, PJ. In the area, you know, in some sort. I don't know, like go play at Simeon or go play at one of these Catholic schools or something. Like, will we see Derrick Rose son in the Illinois basketball scene? But yeah, I just want to see what he does next. Can we see him coaching? Can we see him having, you know, some programs? Like, I'm sure all of that stuff is coming, so I'm excited for that aspect of it, because I know he's gonna do a lot of great things for the city now that he's retired. And it just seems like to me from his interviews that he's more happy now in the space that he in outside of basketball and being back in the city and the community. He was at the Bull. He had his Derrick Rose Day.
Yeah,
you know,
they
had it yesterday. They did the they played the Knicks. You know, they did the ceremony and stuff like that, and he gave an interview. And like, bro, it's just an amazing thing. It's, you know, flowers deserved. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, so it's just
no pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. But yeah, like he definitely deserved everything that the city giving him for sure. Yeah, like so. Yeah, I love it. And I can't wait to see what comes next. You know what I mean? Whatever that may be for Derrick Rose in the city. But man, I love everything that's happening, bro.
And this might be a far stretch, but I like to interview him, bro.
It ain't no far stretch.
I like to interview, bro. I would real life like to sit down with him, bro.
Yeah, that'll be dope, bro.
I have so many questions as just from a fan perspective that I would ask, bro. Like, because there's a video that I don't know if many people saw. I'm pretty sure many people saw it by now, but it was a video that I remember watching, bro. And it like damn near like, and this is a fan talking, damn near broke my heart, bro, was the video that I saw when he was creating his documentary, and it was showing when he got traded from the Bulls to the Knicks.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure everybody saw that. Yeah.
And the reason, it broke my heart a little bit, but it also somewhat made me kind of dislike our own organization with the Chicago Bulls, because they did him wrong. I don't care what nobody say. Even if they were planning to trade him, bro. Yeah. That is not the way you trade your MVP, bro. Yeah. You sit him down in the room, you talk to him and say, yo, this is kind of the situation. Yeah. You know, we looking to trade you. This is what we're going to do. There's no way he should have found out the way he did, bro.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't something similar happen with Michael Jordan? Where was he trying to come back to the Bulls? Is that like, was there something like that happened with Mike?
No. So in the Last Dance, it was he wanted to bring Phil Jackson back. And he was pretty much saying, if Phil's not back with the team, I'm not back with the team. Right. And then they was like, well, Phil's not coming back, so you're not coming back to the team. But that was also under the regime of Jerry Krause.
Right.
And Jerry Krause, it was a disdain between they kind of disliked each other. And it was clear if you watch the Last Dance documentary. But with Derrick Rose, I think who was in there at that time was Gar Foreman and John Paxson, who was kind of running the show. And obviously Jerry Reinsdorf. Don't get me started on him. But anywho, watching that as a fan of Derrick Rose and seeing how they traded him and he was crying and everything, bro, that damn near made me cry, bro, because it was like, I remember being at work hearing that he was getting traded, and I don't know why I was just so naive at the time. I was really believing that we was never going to trade him, bro. Like he was just going to be with us for his whole career, bro, and I really wish he was, even though it was, I don't know, like business decisions, obviously the league, that's what it is. Any professional sports leagues, there's business decisions that have to be made. But I don't know, bro. It's ways that you can go about that too, and especially to treat your MVP, who you only had 2 MVPs ever on the team. Like, I don't know, but I mean, it seems like they're trying to make up with it.
They are.
With it now, with the run they're doing, because he's on if you look at the Chicago Bulls Instagram right now, it's him.
Yeah, all right. You think he'll coach be on the Bulls staff coaching? You think could you see that?
I don't know if he wants to coach, but then again, I do know that he did play longer, and he was more. His later years was more of a like veteran role. Yeah. And he probably was doing some mentoring then and being more of that vocal voice as a veteran. But it depends on if he wants to coach.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would want to coach. I don't know right away off the back. I see him coaching in the league. I think I see him more with AAU.
Yeah.
Like, I really think I see him more on the AAU scene.
I can see that.
And potentially I see him high school basketball. I don't know if I see him in the league. I don't
Mm.
know if he wants to coach in the league, but
Right.
that's him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But if you're asking me, my guess would be that he will probably be focused on his kid,
Yeah.
PJ,
Yeah.
his oldest son, and probably be a little bit more involved in that AAU scene with him. That
Yeah.
would be my guess. That's just what I would think.
Right.
But
and just doing community work. You know what I
doing
mean?
more
So,
community work, you know what I mean? I think more of serving the community more than getting back into the league. Like,
Yeah.
I think he may want to take a break from the league.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure his journey, and that's another thing why I want to get him on, bro. I want to talk about like those times where it was just different, because it was a quote he made. I don't know if it was at Simeon or whatever, but it was a quote he said that like he heard from somebody, or he heard it from Bob Marley. He was saying that you find out who your true friends really are in the
Yeah.
darkness.
Yeah.
And he's like, and all his friends, when it was dark for him, they shine bright.
Yeah.
And that's what he really knew who his friends was. And I want to unpack that a little bit more, because it was going through injuries as an athlete. Like, even if you only have one, that recovery process is a journey. The fact that he had like 3 or 4 major knee injuries that required a journey of recovery,
Yeah.
I want to really unpack that, bro. I know he's probably talked about it a million times, that he's so beyond it because it's still equated to a 15-year career.
Right.
But I really want to just talk to him from a fan perspective, from a player, from a guy from the area
Yeah.
that watched him play from Simeon all the way up to Memphis, all the way up to Chicago, all the way up to all of the teams that he played for in the NBA. I really want to know, what was that journey like? I know he's told the story many, many times, but I want to ask it from my way and unpack it from there, man.
Sure.
So, in other words, whatever way we can get Derrick Rose on this podcast, bro,
Sure.
I would sincerely love to just speak with him, bro. Just being a Chicago legend, bro, that would be big, bro.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
Simeon basketball, I know y'all follow the page, bro. Whatever way y'all can help us, or whoever, bro. Like we would love to have that happen.
So